Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight we're going to be making another delicious fall treat, but tonight instead of making something that is for nighttime, right before you go to sleep, something warm and cozy, we're going to be making a delicious fall treat for breakfast. So this can be breakfast any time of the day really. If you're someone who is an intermittent faster like me, you may be having this around 11 or 12 or even 1 o'clock. But because it's the first meal of the day, it's nice that it has some fruit in it. And it's something kind of similar to a smoothie, but it's not actually a smoothie. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to be doing is chopping some banana. And I'm only going to use about a half of a banana, because generally when I make smoothies, and this is not a smoothie, but when I make smoothies I always use banana for the most part, and if I'm sharing I'll use the whole banana, and if it's just for me I'll use half. So this is going to be just for me, so I'm using about half of a medium to large banana. And I'm going to take that and place it at the bottom of a cup or glass. And the glass that you want to use is something that holds about 1 cup or so. It can be a little bit bigger, but you definitely want it to be something that is self-serving or 1 serving, like for 1 person. So see, that's why we don't want to use the whole banana, because already it's about up to here, and that's enough for 1 person for breakfast, because we're going to be adding a whole bunch of other delicious things to this. So there is the half of banana, and we're just going to put that aside because we have to make our mixture now. So we're going to make a mixture of some amazing fall ingredients. We're going to mix everything up in this cup here. We're using this raw organic fiber. It has about 15 organic superfoods, probiotics, omega-3s. It's all vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, psyllium-free, supports bowel regularity, elimination of toxins, which we always want, and it's super low in sugar. So it's not something that is going to give you a lot of sugar. It has a lot of good fiber in it. It's low in carb, and the fiber that's included pretty much knocks out whatever carbs are in there. So there's flaxseed, different types of sprouts, lots of good stuff. So we're using 1 scoop of that. We're also using some delicious cacao. This is Cacao Bliss Superfood Elixir Blend. I'm going to be using a scoop of that. Give it a nice rich chocolatey flavor. So as you can see in here, I already have that 1 scoop of the cacao, and this is the big scooper that comes with the fiber. So even though this is going to taste super delicious like a dessert, it's very healthy. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here, because this is where I'm blending up the milk. I'm going to use some unsweetened original almond milk. Just untwist that. And let's use about a cup of that. So I'm going to pour it into that little cup there. I know it's kind of low, but I just want to put it in that first and then put it in the mug so you can see how much it is. If I put it straight into the mug, you won't be able to get an idea of the amount. So see how much that is? It's about a cup of plant milk. Any plant milk you want. You can use oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, whatever it is, rice milk, whatever type of plant milk you're into. And just pour that in. And so to give you an idea here, It's about half of this. This is about 2.5 cups. So I'm also going to add some delicious spices. Let me add some clove. This is about half a teaspoon of clove. You don't need too much because it's only 1 serving. About half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm going to save these guys for later, but let's go ahead and pour that in there. Fall all up in here. So I'm going to take this whisk and start to blend this up. You can see how that works. I love using this as a milk frother, but it comes in so handy when I'm doing little individual drinks like this. This is actually not a drink though. This is going to come out to be a really nice chocolatey, almost like a pudding, but for breakfast. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna call this. You'll see it in the title. This is a recipe that I'm creating right before your eyes. I just knew all of these flavors would come together really nice. So that's blended up really good. And I'm gonna put this aside because I don't need this anymore. And then what we're going to do is bring the bananas back in action. We're going to place 2 teaspoons of chia seeds. Not grinding these up at all. We need these guys because they're going to give us a nice pudding texture by absorbing all of the liquid and making it nice and pudding-like. So I'm going to just sprinkle that right over the bananas. Just 2 tablespoons of that. 2 tablespoons. And they all kind of went to one side, so let me shake it up a little bit. There we go. And now what I want to do is take that mixture of the raw organic fiber, the cacao bliss, and the plant milk, and those fall spices over there, and I'm going to pour it over my bananas and chia seed. Super, super yummy. So as you can tell, I have not added any additional sweeteners to this. No maple syrup. I didn't add any Splenda or stevia or anything. I didn't really need anything additional because of course, a lot of times when you get blends like this, they have something added to it to sweeten it. So let's see, what did they add? This has organic stevia extract leaf as an other ingredient. So the fact that it's way down here lets me know it's not that much, which is fine, but it's in there, so I don't really need to add anything extra to sweeten this. If you want to make it extremely decadent and desserty, go ahead and add some maple syrup. That would be amazing. But let's keep this like a super healthy type of breakfast. So now the only thing that I need is to add 1 drop of vanilla. And I've had this one for a while. You want to make sure you're using pure vanilla. Organic is best, but this one is definitely pure because the artificial vanillas do tend to be animal derived, so you don't want to mess with that if you're doing a plant-based or vegan lifestyle. And then also I'm going to add 1 drop of this ginger essential oil. Really been getting into these over the past 6 months or so as far as consuming them. I've always used them for aromatherapy and wellness in the sense of emotional health and feeling good and making the environment smell good and feel good, but I didn't know that I could consume them until I started using these. So also going to use a drop. I mean, a lot of this is keeping your eye on it because a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to use 1 drop of turmeric because of its health benefits. It's not going to really add too much flavor to it except give it maybe a little kick. I use turmeric powder in my smoothies too. And now that I've added that little bit of oil, the vanilla extract, my spices are there, all these guys are there. What I'm going to do is just gently stir the top because I don't, of course, want all my oils to just sit on the top. And it'll eventually merge down to the bottom, but I want to give it a little bit of help before I put it in the refrigerator to set. So I'm just stirring that around a little bit, and if you want a closer look of how that looks. The nice thing about this is that it's so healthy for you. It really is a great way to start the day. If you're not in the mood for a smoothie, I generally start my day with a smoothie. When I start eating, I start my day with like coffee or latte or water, lemon, apple cider vinegar, green tea, some type of tea. That's usually the first thing I have. But then after that, come midday, I'm ready for a smoothie. But sometimes when you have, smoothies back to back, you want something different. So that's why I'm making this. And this is pretty much the same idea, except you're not blending it up. It's going to turn into a pudding. And it doesn't have a whole lot of fruit in it. It just has that banana at the bottom. Those chia seeds are going to absorb all of that liquid and turn into like a pudding texture. And then you have the added benefit of all the fiber, but it tastes great and chocolatey. That's the main thing. We want chocolate, right? So it has this Cacao Bliss Superfood Elixir Blend. This video is not sponsored, but I love this stuff and I use it all the time, so I'm including this in what I'm using today. This is so cool. Look at this little situation we got going on here. So all that liquid will go down, and that is our finished product. It's going to be super delicious in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and upload this tonight, and what I will do is post the results on my Instagram. So, but if you want to see how it comes out, follow me on Instagram, and I'll either do a story or I'll just post on my Instagram page how it looks once the chia seeds have absorbed all of that delicious chocolatey liquid, and post the recipe for you guys. I'll also put it in the description box below in case you want to make it right away. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. This is a delicious chocolatey fall recipe that you can have for breakfast. And it doesn't have pumpkin spice. Even though I love pumpkin spice, I know that sometimes we want to just enjoy fall without pumpkin spice or have an alternative to it. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.